Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're working on the kettle corn business again. One of the big things that I've been wanting to do since I started this business is right here in this box, and I'm going to take you through it, unboxing it and putting it together and seeing how it works. I see these a lot on eBay, different places. I think it's going to be very handy. They are a little expensive, so I know there's a lot of people. When I bought this one, there was 65 people watching it. So there's a lot of people wanting to pull the trigger, maybe got questions about it. I'm going to try to answer those for you. So let's get started. Okay. So you may have noticed I'm at home on my lunch hour. My box just came. It did come FedEx, and it was a little tricky. The people that sold it, in their ad, they say that you got to have an adult signature. Well, we both work, and that was a little tricky. Another thing, so I had somebody here the whole time, but FedEx didn't come when they said they was going to come. I had to call them 2, maybe 3 times, I don't remember. And then it finally came really late last night. So I just threw it in the garage. Today I couldn't wait to get home on my lunch hour to start checking it out. So you're seeing it as I'm doing it. I'm going to take the styrofoam out and take it out. I assume this is going to be the tops of the sink. I think and the box came in really good shape. There was no damage to the box all the way around. Right before I started the video, I cut through the tape. So I was really happy with it when I got it, because I was afraid as long as it took me to get it that it might be damaged, but it was not. Everything inside looks good so far. So I'll get it cut out of the box and show you some more. Okay, here we are so far. All I've done is taken the cardboard down and got the foam out. I've not looked in here yet, so you'll get to see it with me. It looks like maybe they tested it before they shipped it. I can see some water in there. There's not any water in the bucket. This is the hot water heater. I believe this is going to be your fresh water. And then that's going to be your gray water. Yeah, I really like what I see so far. Here's the electric. I'll figure that out here in a minute. We'll show you that. But what you probably want to know is, this seems like a lot of trouble for a tent that's selling kettle corn. Well, the reason is the health departments require this. You've got, and you know, why 4 sinks? This is something I've had to learn. So your first sink is for washing, second sink is for rinsing, then your third sink is to sanitize. The fourth sink is to wash your hands only. They don't want you washing your hands in the same sink that you're going to wash your utensils with. So it's this is the best way I've seen that I think will work to go about it. So I'm going to unpack the other side and we'll see how that electrical is going to work. Okay, so here on the back side, it's real simple. That's just going to plug into my generator, or a cord from the generator. That's the back of it. Let you see the back. Here's the front. And I don't remember reading, but this is a lock to hold the doors shut. So the doors open. They don't really stay shut that great on their own. But it did come with a lock. See? So now let's look in the box, wherever I sat it, and we'll see if okay, looks like there's a little more in here. So that's for electrical shock. It's like a GFCI outlet. Stoppers for the drains. And then these are, okay, they got O-rings on there. You can see the O-ring inside there. So this top, well, there it goes. I guess I can do it one-handed. And then maybe this, we can show you this. That, I tell you what, I'm interested to see how it works when we get water in it. That was pretty easy. Just go ahead and do this one. I'm not sure what that is yet, but I'll bet it comes to me shortly. If I had two hands, I'd already be done, but this ain't too bad with just one hand. I may struggle with this one. Yeah, I think I'm gonna need both hands here. I'll give you a look at this. It's got two O-rings, okay? I may take that other one back off, make sure I got it good. I'm gonna press this down in there until it stops. I felt it stop. So I am gonna take the other side off and just to make sure I got it in there good. But wow, that's about all there is to it. So I think in transportation, that can come off real easy. Same thing here. Let's go ahead and do it now. No, I got it, feels like I got it all the way down in there. Yep, I did. And that's it. Probably gonna need to put some kind of splash shield right here up so that as I'm washing my hands, it doesn't get into my sanitizer. Maybe I think I'll wash my hands and then I'll wash, rinse, and sanitize over here. I think that's a good way. And I may just go ahead and mark them, so if I have anybody helping me, they will know. But that's it so far, so I got to get back to work, but after work, we'll put some water in there and see how it works. Okay, so I had to check out the water situation. This is my fresh water that'll go in. That'll be my gray water coming out. And it does have Velcro on it to hold it in place there, but just this is not a problem for me. I'm not complaining. Just something to be aware of. This Velcro did not stay stuck. This is the sticky side of what should be inside there. So I think what I'll do is I'll take some alcohol and I'll get that good and clean and I'll stick it back down. It should be fine. Don't know that I actually even need it. And I'm assuming this is Velcroed as well. Yeah, I can hear it. That's Velcroed as well, but it can stay right there. And then this piece is a second piece. See what it is this hose. Has that for when you put the cap on, holds the hose from moving around. And I believe that this is just a spare. It's a little bit bigger hole, but we're gonna use the one that was rigged up with it. So yeah, now I'm gonna go ahead and put that Velcro on, get that cleaned, the Velcro on, then I'm going back to work. Okay, so I got my water in. Now next thing to do is I've got to run water through the system because you don't want to turn this on till it's full. So I'm gonna turn the pump on. I'm gonna plug it in from the back. I was just checking to make sure. Right here's the switch for the hot water heater. It's not on. Actually, I don't know if it's on. I'm gonna plug it in and see if that's lit up. And I assume that up is on. But just in case, I'm going to check really close because I don't want the hot water heater to come on if there's not any water in the tank. So yeah, I'll get all that taken care of. Run water through the pump, through the system, fill all the lines, get it in the hot water heater, and then we'll see what happens. Okay, this part's important. I want you to listen up. So what you're going to want, that's going to give it power. That switch right there is going to give it power. And the pump's going to come on. So if you've not got water in your system, got all the air lines purged of air and you got water in them, unplug that hot water heater. If you're starting it up for the first time in like maybe in the spring or it's brand new like I am, unplug your hot water heater because I don't see a power like a switch to turn it off and on. So unplug it. Get all your system full of water, then you can plug it back in. So right now we're going to, and how about this breaker box? It gives you 2 extra plug-ins. See there? And then there's covers on them so they don't get wet. I like that. But anyway, let's turn it on. The pump's going to come on. It should be pumping water now. See the water's still in there. I'm going to open the valve and let the air out. I think it'll let air out. Oh yeah, So yeah, I think it took everything out of here and mostly put it into the hot water heater. So I didn't fill it completely up, and that's about a 2-gallon hot water heater, I'd say. So I'm gonna go put some more water in the tank and show you what I did. When I put those back down, I put them at an angle because less to stick. It's going to hold it in place because the way that they are on the bottom of the tank, the whole thing, I don't think I needed the whole thing being attached. So those Velcro just go across here, and that's enough to hold it. I mean, there's nowhere for it to go. I actually need it in there, and then when I learned it, that's why that lock is there, because it wants to push the door open. See, so you lift this up, push it all the way in, and then lock it. Now that'll hold it shut. But for now I've got to go put more water in the tank to fill the system. Okay, so I filled the bottle all the way up. I've now filled my hot water tank, I believe, because if I turn the hot on, I got good pressure. You can hear the pump kicking on and off. See there? Here's it working. Good, really good pressure. Really good pressure. Now, and I tell you what, let me show you. So that the bottle, it has some expansion with water in it, and it really pushes. So that lock right there, that's pretty key. You'll want to remember that. Now I'm going to plug in my hot water heater. First, I'm going to turn my power off to my pump. Then I'm going to plug in the heater, and I'm going to listen real close. Okay, it's now plugged in. I'm going to turn it on. So there's power to the hot water heater, and I'm just listening for it to be working. There is some water there. I don't see where that would have came from. I don't see any leaks. So I'll monitor this for a little bit, see if it starts to heat up, and then we'll touch base with you again. And while we're waiting on the hot water to heat up, I'll show you how this works. This one's holding water. Right here's these guys here. Okay, see the bottom? And then you can kind of see how they're going to go in there. I'll see if I can show you. See how it's setting on top. That's not going to hold water, but when you turn it, see it drops in. Just there. See how that drops in? Now if you move this over, it's going to hold water. Okay, and I mean there's no like pressing down. You really just turn it just right and let go, and it's where it needs to be, and it's holding water. So that's cool. Now I was looking, this is a knob for your temperature. It's all the way up right now, and there's a light kind of indicating that it's on, it's working. So I've got a timer on it, and we're gonna see how long it takes for it to warm up. Okay, we're at 6 minutes. I was gonna wait 10, but my patience is not world class, so I checked it at 6, and I can feel warm water already. So per the health department, it needs to be 110 degrees. We're not there yet, but I would say we're at about 90. So I'll give it another 4 minutes, and I think we'll be there. Okay, I've identified my leak. It's coming from that sink, and it's up in here, so I'm gonna have to figure that part out. I got distracted with my leak, and I went 15 minutes from start, and now it's pretty hot. I mean, that's hot. I couldn't see what the temperature is down in there, but I'm gonna back it off a little bit because it's pretty hot. And yeah, so my leak is happening right here, and I'm really not sure. I think this whole thing has to come off. So it's got screws here, so it'll have to go a full turn around again. And the way I've been looking, what I've been pulling off, it's like they use hot glue or something. I'm not sure what it is. So I'm gonna do some investigating, and I'll let you know what I find. All right, guys, it's after 5 o'clock and they've not called me back yet. So I'm going to do something that's it's not invasive. And this is some of the best stuff I've ever used. It's second to none. It's a little bit pricey, but it dries pretty quickly. It's clear, it lasts forever. So I'm going to go around right where that black meets the sink. I'm gonna put a bead and smash it in there with my finger the best I can all the way around, and then we'll try it again. And then there it is. It's pretty clean. I got it all the way around, fairly smooth. I didn't have to use a whole lot. If I do end up having to take it apart, I still can. But I'm gonna let it dry now, and then we'll fill the sink back up and see what happens. Hopefully we're good. And then there it is. It's pretty clean. I got it all the way around, fairly smooth. I didn't have to use a whole lot. If I do end up having to take it apart, I still can. But I'm gonna let it dry now, and then we'll fill the sink back up and see what happens. Hopefully we're good. Okay, so I let it dry all night, let my silicone dry all night. I added some water this morning, and my drip has stopped. But I did think about it after I'd already put the silicone up here. I think what I should have done is pull these screws out, give this a quarter turn, so move this to this side. That would have tightened it probably enough. I'm just not sure about what kind of seal it had, because if you look back in the video, you'll see a lot of hot glue stringing everywhere. I don't know if they use that for a seal or not, but what I done will work, and I'm happy with it. One other thing, this piece that I showed you earlier, I figured out what that is. And I'm not sure if I'm going to take the time to fix it or not, but let me show you. It goes right there. See? Yep. That's a little disappointing. I wish they'd have just thrown it away so I didn't know it. But that's it. Pretty happy with it overall. And you probably see this. I'm gonna try to figure out how to somehow make that a splash guard. It's a piece I've got. I don't know if I want to silicone it. I don't really want to screw it in there. Just not sure how I want to do it. But it looks like it fits almost perfect just the way it is. So I'm gonna work on that, but yep. I did find another leak. One of these two fittings is leaking. And then I got to looking, and why in the world do we have all these on the back? Every one of them's on the back. Every one of them on the back. So I will get these flipped around. I'll just get them tightened up so that they don't leak. Just another thing, I'm getting really nitpicky right now, but I think when you spend $1,300 on one of these, I think you guys, if you're trying to make that decision, that's why I'm showing you everything. Okay, simple turn. I did all three of these. Got to have a stubby screwdriver. Probably don't have to, but it sure made it a lot easier. And leak is gone. One other thing, I've got, this is the GFCI adapter or breaker, whatever you want to call it, that came with it. And I just stuck it in this extra plug as a place to keep it. Okay guys, that's it for this one. I hope the video helped some of you if you're trying to make that decision, or if you've never thought about getting one of these, maybe you found it interesting. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We'd love to have you back for all of our videos. We're probably going to do a follow-up on this in 6 months or so, let you know how it's holding up and how it's doing. As always, we thank you all for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.